So in accordance with the requirements of the open meeting law, please be advised that this meeting of Pacc is being recorded and will be uploaded to the Lunenburg Access YouTube after the meeting. This meeting is being held in person at the location provided in this notice.
Special plastic. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm trying to do this. Members of the public are welcome to attend this in-person meeting. Please note that while an option for remote attendance and/or participation is being provided as a courtesy to the public, the meeting will not be suspended or terminated if technological problems interrupt the virtual broadcast, unless otherwise required by law. Members of the public with particular interest in any specific item on this agenda should make plans for in-person rather than virtual attendance accordingly. Zoom meeting information is in the notice. The agenda lists all the topics which may be discussed at the meeting and are those reasonably anticipated by the chair. Votes may be taken as a result of these discussions. Not all items listed may in fact be discussed, and other items not listed may also be brought up for discussion to the extent permitted by the open meeting law. The first item on the agenda is roll call, and given that we have a Zoom participation, we will do it by roll call as we will for any votes we need to take. So Mr. Serapis via Zoom.
Here.
Looking that he's present. Faith, are you present?
I'm present.
And I'm present as well. And we're also joined by Joe, who is the manager for the department. Are there any public comments? Hearing none. Are there any committee comments? Hearing none. Any communications? Anybody but me? I have been trying to email Heather and call her today to discuss the motion that we made at our last meeting, that Joe's status should be moved from non-exempt to exempt with appropriate salary adjustments, so she is made whole. And it seems that she has been made exempt without the salary being dealt with. So I was, having learned this, I was going to have a conversation with Heather to find out if there's any way we can resolve this, because it's certainly not in line with the motion that we passed at our last meeting. The only other communications, I guess they are, I presented the work that we did at our last meeting of all the good things this committee does to the select board last Tuesday. It seemed to be well received. And in particular, Mr. Jeffries, who's the chair, seemed to recognize that the issue we have at the moment, I'm going to say, is what really matters is we have a schedule for our new space so we can start planning for it, because this has been going on for a long time. In fact, I think this has been an issue ever since the committee was reformed in 2014 in July at about 6 o'clock in the evening. But anyway, those are the comments that I have. Anyone have any other communications? Oh, you have one, Joe, in this, right?
I do.
Should we deal with that now as it's communications?
Sure.
So a letter came in, it's actually addressed to the Public Access Cable Committee. It's in your package, so you can see it in there, Paul, if you're very smart. It's a letter from Xfinity. As far as I can tell, it has come to the committee because the committee did not receive notice of the channel change that happened, because it went to the town offices and somewhere didn't reach us. It was filed away. So we will be getting these from time to time. But as far as I can tell, there are some numbers in here Joe would be the only person likely to use them. They're called emergency and trouble reporting procedures.
Mhm.
Typically, the committee would not be using those.
No.
If you use these numbers, it'll put you in touch with a Excellence Operations Center, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, which is good to know. So that was all that I saw in the letter. I'm assuming we're going to get them, and if they do another channel change on us, I think we will get them in a much more timely manner. So I don't mind that this is coming. It's better that it comes in rather than doesn't.
Right.
Does anyone have any questions or comments on that?
So is it gonna change from channel 9 to something else? I don't quite understand, or do we not know that yet?
Channel 99 got changed to channel 22,
Okay,
and we didn't get adequate notice of it. By the way, we weren't the only ones. There was all sorts of conversations on the Mass Access Forum about other people who didn't get it. And as far as I can tell, a lot of them were exactly the same as us. It came to the town and got swept up in administration filing or whatever, didn't reach the people who needed to know.
okay, so if you tune in now to channel 99, what do you get?
Something totally weird, because there isn't a 99, so it'll tune you to channel 1075 or something silly.
Okay, so there's no way for viewers to know that 99 is now channel 22?
There is, but they have to go to any of our channels to find out.
They did that to the History Channel, they did it to other, they changed some numbers around.
Okay, so at least folks will know that it's not an isolated thing just to public access television.
Right.
And try to find out, they can even contact Xfinity, I guess.
They
Okay.
actually put in with the bill statement, using a full point font, typically.
Yeah.
A list of all the channels for the next period.
Okay.
One come with this, I don't think it did. Because they do move things around. But it was only because I happened to look at it, Monica gave it to me. And I looked at it to make sure that 99, 8 and 9 was still labeled as local. And that's when I discovered it wasn't. And that was literally days before they made the change. So if you go onto the bulletin board, you'll find that's been updated.
Bulletin board's updated. It was announced on Facebook. It's been going on for about a month now.
Okay,
People are definitely informed.
good. Okay,
Okay, are we good to move on? The next item on the
thank you.
agenda.
There's Paul, there's a letter in our packet for the, from Xfinity, so
Yeah.
there's several. And we'll save you the packet if you want.
Yeah, I think if Joe could maybe send it electronically, is that possible?
I don't know.
I don't think I have all of it electronically. I can hold it for you and.
Just hold, Joe. Yeah, that's fine. I will, thanks, Faith. I'll get it. I'll
Okay,
try and get it when I'm feeling a little better. Hopefully that'll be
Yeah.
soon.
I'll put your name on it.
Okay. Yeah, and just, you can give it back to Joe and then I can swing by the station at some point and get it.
Actually,
We have the
give it to you
Christmas
at the,
party.
Yankees.
Yeah. I'm coming.
So we'll give you that.
Okay, very good.
thank you.
And you can wrap it up,
Yes,
put a
sir.
bow on it and give it to
I
someone.
guess we're.
That could be my Yankee swap.
I don't know if
think
it's
I
worth
would be
$20.
invited again. I'm not sure I would be invited again if I did that, but.
Okay, moving right along, we'll review the meeting minutes from 11:06. You should have all received those via email
Yeah.
from Steve.
Yeah,
The only comment I had were 2 spelling errors, but the content. Good.
you caught those, so if you want to just point those out, what would Faith just make a correction on her
The
minutes?
ones, were on the second page, term review and update. And there was will in there, missing an L. And arrange needed to be rearranged, so they read arrange, not arrange. Right?
Yes.
Did anyone have any questions or comments about the content rather than the details? Yeah.
I about the term reviews and the updates, does anyone know if Mr. Lincoln was able to get in touch with the town website folks?
Oh, I took care of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the terms have been updated correctly?
Yeah, I believe he sent me an email and I forwarded it to our web person and she said she updated it.
Very good.
So that is the way the minutes read, that's what's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
The last time I looked at them, they were as correct as I remember.
Good.
Somebody who doesn't remember what he had for breakfast is. Okay, in which case I would accept a motion to accept the minutes with the spelling corrections.
I make a motion to accept the minutes with spelling corrections as noted.
And seconded by Faith. Any further discussion? Hearing none by roll call, Mr. Serapis.
I
Faith.
I,
Steve, aye. That's unanimous. Okay, move on to the manager's monthly report. All yours, Joe.
Okay, this is Joe Toll speaking. This is in no priority order, just some activities in the month of November. We did not get it has not been posted to the books, the November Comcast payment, so that's
Really?
not included in your financials. They're really far behind. We recorded 2 story times this month for Christmas. We recorded the special town meeting in November. We recorded artists in schools for the Lunenburg Cultural Council. We hired a new videographer, Christian Piscopo. Eric will be meeting with the new hires, Chris and Connor. We've been doing a lot more Instagram and Facebook postings. Just to get some more visibility. We'll be doing the Christmas concerts coming up at Lunenburg High School. Kayla and I are scheduled for Excel training being offered by the town. She's in a basic one and I'm in an intermediate one. Pacc holiday party, December 21st. Eric and I are reviewing the ARPA purchases for videographers, for videographer kits.
Yeah.
We need to get moving on
All of it.
spending all of it, yeah. I had put together a list of items, but they were just a preliminary list. We're gonna go through the list and find the best products, the best prices to do that. At least with videographer kits.
And they'll all be the same, so whichever one they pick up, they will find the same camera, which they will be familiar with.
Yes. Yeah,
So question on that, Joe, it's
Yeah.
not a calendar year deadline, is it? When is, do you have a deadline on when to spend that money?
the deadline, well, the deadline is like FY 26 or something,
Oh, okay.
but we said that we were gonna spend it in FY 24.
Actually, I said we were going to spend it later the same day, then I changed that to,
So we could definitely use it in FY 24.
Okay.
that's our best strategy anyway, to get it spent.
Yep.
Make sure we have the equipment that's approved.
Very good. Thank you.
we got a new teleprompter. It's not working yet. We need the software to run it. Our iPad is obsolete and I can't get to the App Store on it. Eric's gonna, yeah, it won't let me. Eric's gonna take a look, see what he can do, but we're just about there with it.
I sent you one I like the look of,
Right,
which had a one nice feature, which was by voice recognition, it would keep the flow going properly. So you didn't have to either have a preset speed, which makes your speech flat and boring if you can't do things fast and slow. If what I don't know is if you go off script to answer a question, I don't know if it has a panic attack and shuts down or picks you up again when it recognizes again. So
yeah, yeah. Well, we're gonna start with the basic teleprompter software and I'll look into the one that you were interested in.
I'm happy to come and test it and break it because I've never used one. And I think it would be a tremendous help. For some
Yeah.
people coming in, so,
We've had people in for interviews that would have liked to have it,
yeah,
so,
I'm sure.
yeah. I bought 3 new SD 2 terabyte drives. They're about the size of a wallet. And I bought them for the MacBooks so that we could have a backup of the Final Cut backup file. Not particularly individual Final Cut projects, but the actual core of the Final Cut software. Because I recently had a problem, one of my drives, which was not a solid state drive, was not recognized by my MacBook, and I had something to edit and I could not get to it. So I figured if we got the 3 solid state drives, we could put the backups for that on them and keep them stored.
Will that work if you take it from one MacBook and put it on a different one? The reason I ask is if the MacBook dies, you've got the backup on there.
Mhm.
And edit files normally are knee-deep in pointers to where to find the actual video clips.
Right. Right.
So we need to make sure as whatever goes on there is sufficient for you to be able to unplug it, plug it into a different one.
Yes.
Maybe you have to go find the specific files, but if you do that, typically you have to put them in the same name folder and the files have to have the same names. It's a real pain. Guess who did this?
Yeah, I'm gonna need some assistance on that.
I would encourage that strongly.
Yeah.
because- And the best thing of all, try it.
Right.
So a question on that. Do your MacBooks back everything up to the cloud?
No,
Okay, that's actually a good thing
not
because,
presently.
okay, good. You answered my question sufficiently. Hence having the hard drives is better, actually.
Why were you concerned if it goes up to the cloud?
Well, because I have a MacBook and by default, anything I put on my desktop or in my photos folder or in my documents folder gets sent up to the cloud. And everyone owns a certain amount of storage on the iCloud. But it's the default and it's Apple's way of trying to get you to buy terabytes worth of cloud space. And so it's a real pain in the neck because I don't want to give them more money to have cloud space when I have my own external drives, etc. So that's why I was asking. Because it makes things more cumbersome. But
Yeah.
And it does at least have you got your backups up there in the cloud if something happens to your hard drives or something.
that's true. The problem is as you probably know, video files are tremendously huge, and it doesn't take too many projects for them to be sending you those messages telling you that your cloud drive is full. So for like $3 a month, I get I don't know, a terabyte's worth, but I can get 10 terabytes if I give them $10 a month, and I don't want it. You know, it's that's all. I'd rather have my own backup or have it go on the hard drive on my MacBook, which is also pretty large.
Okay. The next thing is storage related as well. Eric and I are looking at getting a NAS storage to back up Final Cut assets. B-rolls, raw footage that we could use again, and that sort of stuff. So we're looking into that.
You may want to look if that approach lets your individual hard drives, the SSDs,
Mhm.
if the video assets are actually up on that file system, you could reach it from a different Mac as long as everything's structured correctly. So
That's what we want to do. We want to be able to access from home or from anywhere. It would be put on the town network,
okay,
or we could have our own network. It doesn't, either way.
my guess is you should put it on some kind of virtual network rather than
Yeah,
open on the town network.
yeah.
But just explore the whole problem and solve it. How about that?
That sounds good to me. Months ago, when we were talking about ARPA, I reached out to our consultant, Travis Falk, over at FATV, and requested any information or any company that does audio work, because part of our ARPA was to improve the audio in the Bellotta meeting room. He gave me the name of a company that I emailed the company, never heard back, so I'm gonna get back in touch with them.
With Travis or them?
With the company, it's called Parsons Audio. It's out of Wellesley, I think, Newton or Wellesley.
Oh, they're expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, they may point us to a smaller company or something, you know, we'll see. That's all I have, and I'm on vacation this Friday, the 8th, till Tuesday, the 12th. And Eric will be my backup. Both Eric and Dan. As far as the packet, I'm really sorry you're not here, Paul, because I found a copier that did color.
Well,
Just
congratulations.
for you.
Ah, well, that's so nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll see it soon enough, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right now we're at 988,203. And once,
Plus potentially the Infinity fee, Comcast fee, right?
plus that, so once we get that, we'll be over $1 million.
Yeah.
So that's the good news.
Uh-oh.
And I don't have any bad news, so I don't know
Oh,
why,
okay.
I don't know why I said,
I know.
I don't know why I don't know why I said it like that. We didn't do as many programs this month as we did last month. We did, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. We did 5. Last month we did 13. So far we've done, well,
Is that on the program?
at 5 in
analysis
November.
Page?
Yeah. Yeah. We're at 62% local programming.
Nice.
Yeah. I'd like to have that around 70
Yeah.
at least. That seems to be what we've ended up at the end of the year.
110 would be good.
110 would be perfect. As far as the calendar, even a color calendar,
Yeah,
very fancy schmancy.
it is, but I really like it helps to see with the color.
Yeah, it does.
Although for the calendar, I think it works the other way.
Yeah,
It's hard to
Perhaps.
read.
Yeah, I already listed what we will be doing,
You'll be busy.
yes, we're always busy. But we have the Christmas concerts coming up and, a lot of meetings, Excel training. Stuff like that, so. And then the last thing in the packet are the Comcast letters that we already talked about, so. That's my review.
Hey, thank you. Does anyone have any further questions for Joe?
Yes, could you just reiterate, when you're on vacation again?
Oh, yeah, the 8th to the 12th.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
It's not a very long time.
We're being recorded.
I know.
It's only 4
I was
days.
just scratching my head.
Oh, okay. Pardon?
That's only 4
3,
days.
yeah, 3 days out of the work week, so
Oh,
it'll be okay.
okay. And the Excel training was for you and you
And
mentioned,
for Kayla,
okay, Kayla,
Kayla's will be this
will be the basic. and yours
Thursday
is
and mine's an intermediate.
Intermediate. Okay, got it.
There's also, I failed to mention, there's also picture badges that are being done. Next week, I don't have the date off the top of my head, but the town is starting to move toward picture badges and they want all of Pacc to have their badges. So
The
public
videographers
access.
Or us?
PAC, not PACC,
Okay,
yeah. So they're all signing up to have their badges done. That's it.
okay, moving right along. The enterprise fund investment status, we keep that on every time. Unfortunately, by virtue of the timing, the September one comes in during October, but after our meeting. So we had to do it in November. So we looked at it last time. Then this, the December one would be due for our committee's review in February. Just so you're not concerned, we're not seeing this, we're doing the best we can. So the next meeting, 6 o'clock, January the 8th. Next year.
Mm,
Anyone have a problem with that?
no,
I know things may come up. So hearing none,
oh, I make a motion to adjourn?
there you go, which needs a
Second
second.
that,
I believe Paul seconded it, that,
I did second it, yes.
all those in favor say aye, just
Aye.
raise your hand, Paul, so
Aye.
that's good.
I hope
So-
you feel better.
Yep.
Thank
take-
you.
Chicken soup,
Yep, we have lots of that over here, so I'll eat some of that. It's the best cure.
it is the best cure, and sleep,
Yeah,
a lot of sleep.
yep. Great, okay,
Okay, thank you,
Thank
Paul.
you. see you soon.